Hi, it's Perry with Paper Crafting Threads, and today I have 3 cards using up the leftovers from May's Paper Pumpkin. Don't toss this circle after you punch it out. I chose 5 descending circles from the Layering Circles die set. Starting with the 2 largest, I'm assembling the die-cut sandwich upside down since I'm using that punched out circle. I placed a piece of removable tape sticky side up on the top plate. Then I stacked 2 nesting circles on top. Next, I placed the punched out circle, pressing down so it's adhered temporarily. Then I added my base plate. Flip the whole thing over and crank it through, and voila, 2 rings. Repeat this process 2 more times with descending circle dies. I now have 5 rings and 1 circle. I'm preparing my cardstock for embossing by rubbing it with the embossing buddy. Next, I'm stamping with Versamark ink in the corner. Add a sprinkling of gold embossing powder and heat set with a heat tool. Add multi-purpose liquid glue to the back of the rings and adhere to the card front. Flip the cardstock over and trim from the back side. Using the stamp set from the kit, I'm inking it up in Orchid Oasis and stamping their dots all over the card front. Add stamping seal to the back of the cardstock and adhere to the card base. The Take Your Pick tool is perfect for adding matte dots to the card front. Don't forget to decorate the inside of your card. I love how this card turned out. Card 2 starts with Sweet Sorbet cardstock, measuring 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and scored down the middle at 4.25 inches. I'm cutting the front panel in half by lining up the short edge at 2 3/4 inches and cutting to the score line. Then I rotate the base and cut from the center to the outside edge along the pre-existing score line. I cut 2 pieces of basic white cardstock, exactly the same. With the time-worn type embossing folder, I embossed 1 piece in portrait orientation and the second piece in landscape orientation. The tiny love sentiment from Quiet Meadow will be perfect to represent the center of the O from the punched out U. Back to the embossed piece. I'm lightly smearing Versamark ink over the embossing. A light dusting of heat embossing powder is next. And then I heat set it. Then comes the fun part. I'm rubbing gilded leafing onto the sticky surface. It's now assembly time. loading up with lots of dimensionals to support the lettering. I'm using the actual card front as the guide as to where to place my adhesive. Use the tear and tape from the kit and apply it to the tabs of the matching gift card holder. Fold on the score lines. Remove the protective backing and press the left end down first. You can even color coordinate your gift card. A few matching matte dots, and card 2 is finished. The third and final card in this series uses the frames from the Tahitian Tide banners. Once the banners are punched out, I'm trimming the framework into 2 triangular pieces and 3 strips with my paper snips. I'm stamping the large U sentiment from the kit in Tahitian Tide ink in the center of a piece of basic white cardstock. A quick blast from my heat tool will set this ink. After cleaning the stamp, I ink it multiple times in Versamark ink and randomly stamp repeatedly on the card front. I'm applying clear embossing powder Then I heat set the powder. It's card assembly time. I'm adding dimensionals to the back of the triangles. And I offset them slightly for more interest. A baker's twine bow finishes off the front of the card. Don't forget the inside of the card. And there you have it, 3 cards from scraps. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's projects, please hit that like button